There is one person that deserves a lot of the credit and leadership for making sure that the city became more sophisticated when it comes to housing affordability, got more sophisticated when it came to actually collaborating amongst the various agencies. And if you all can do me a favor, I'm his best hype man here, but he really deserves a lot of credit. And that is the best mayor in the United States, our 61st mayor of the city of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens. All right, good afternoon, Atlanta. How y'all doing? Thank you, Clyde, for your leadership. Thank you for your partnership, and man, I'm just so proud of you and what you're doing here at the Atlanta BeltLine. I remember the things that we are to really move his team to get actions done. You've been tremendous. These accelerated goals that I gave you when I became mayor, you have delivered upon them. Everybody give Clyde Higgs, the CEO of BeltLine, and his entire team a round of applause. So this is the first Monday of summer, and it showed up. It's hot. It's hot out here, y'all, and so that's why Clyde and I, so we communicated this. I'm like, well, it's hot, it's heat, Clyde. We both talked about it. And I remember that the only controversy in this country was the president wearing a tan suit. So I wore that tan suit today. While the world is going through a whole lot, we got challenges across the world and across our nation. I decided I'd make one bit of news by wearing a tan suit and a black elected official. So I do want to take a moment to recognize some folks here today. Not only should we recognize Clyde and our fellow Atlanta BeltLine leadership and all the men and women of the Atlanta BeltLine. Thank y'all for what y'all do. To the Atlanta BeltLine board members, I've been a board member. When I first joined City Council in 2014, I was placed on the BeltLine board, and look at where we are today. So some of my board members and John Summerholder somewhere around here, who is the chairman of the board. Thank you to the Atlanta BeltLine partnership. Of course, to Byron Amos, our great city council member of this district, Loretta Bowden of the school board, and Dana Baird of the Fulton County Commission, and of course to our state leaders, our state senator Sonia Halpern, and of course Bryce Berry that represents us there as well. To commissioners that get this stuff going, Commissioner Cavanis and Commissioner Cutler of DOT and Parks and Rec. Now the BeltLine manages the trail, but the BeltLine also has partnerships with our DOT and our Parks and Rec each and every day, so that makes a big difference. I want to also shout out Jabari Samano, who is a former city council member but continues to do the work in the community today. Nisha Samano, leadership here at Washington Park, to this great community, this leadership team, these phenomenal people. I don't know if you all got a chance to see us have that memorial, that sign right there. That's going to really make people understand this historic community. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you to the MPU leaders that are here and everybody all in between all of that. It's the Atlanta Housing Authority's Commission Chairman, Larry Stewart, is here too. So I know there are so many faces. I want to acknowledge all of them because this is a group project. The BeltLine is a true manifestation of a group project. Today we're cutting the ribbon on segment 4 of the Atlanta BeltLine Westside Trail, a 1.3 mile stretch from here at Lena Street all the way up to Wheeler Street, bringing us nearly 7 miles of continued paved trail from Pittsburgh Yards all the way to Huff Road, y'all. From Pittsburgh Yards, you can go play top golf and come on back. That's crazy that you could do that. This is the longest continuous section of the BeltLine that we've built, representing major progress for our city. And I gotta just say it, I can remember when we were all having conversations about all the development and the growth that was happening on the east side for the BeltLine construction. I joined the board in 2014, and I said, the folks on the west side, and I live on the west side, the folks on the west and the south side are doubting that this is ever gonna come our way. People were doubting if this loop was ever gonna be finished. And we said, well, we're gonna make sure that the west side looks good. We make sure we had lights and cameras on the west side before we even had it on the east side. And that was a commitment to show people that we were serious about making sure that this loop was completed and that it was equitable and fair for all sides and all people. And so I'm grateful for that. This Westside Trail winds through some of Atlanta's oldest and most historic neighborhoods. This trail segment connects Washington Park to Hunter Hills to Bankhead, everybody. I mean, this is amazing. It's going to connect everybody. And Washington Park was one of Atlanta's first planned black neighborhoods, just like the one I live in, Collier Heights. And now it's tied directly into downtown and West Midtown and linked to easily accessible transit, parks, schools, and small businesses. Kids can walk safely to school. Families can spend time together outdoors. Folks can get to jobs and shops without worrying about a vehicle. Along this trail, you'll find new businesses and new public art, ADA compliant paths, lighting, signs, and cameras make it safer and more inclusive for our residents. The Westside BeltLine connector ties also into Mercedes-Benz and State Farm Arena. And so this is what we mean to move Atlanta forward with purpose and vision while focusing on projects that benefit everybody. So folks of all ages can come together. 85% of the full 22-mile loop is either completed or under construction, and that's something that Atlanta should be proud of that about. This is not finished yet. We're going to keep on moving and getting this thing done this time next year, 17 miles of continuous trail. The class says you can go from Piedmont Park to Washington Park. You'll be able to go from Ansley Mall all the way around to Huff Road, all the way to almost Howell Mills. That's a long ways for us to be able to move this time next year. 17 miles. So I'm going to skip through some more notes since it's hot. And what I just want to say is, thank you to the BeltLine team, our partners, and everyone else who helped make this possible, including the hard-working men and women of the construction teams that got this done. We got to thank them, y'all, for constructing this thing on time, on budget. And we don't talk about this enough, but under Clyde's leadership, the BeltLine is over 40% disadvantaged business enterprises that have got this project done. Over 40%. This is Maynard Jackson type work. I look forward to joining you all shortly to cut the ribbon on Westside Trail segment 4, because we're constructing all the time. And so this is, again, moving Atlanta forward until we get the 22-mile loop completed. Thank you all for joining us on this journey. And now I'll bring up Byron Amos, our city council member of this great district.